Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the recession, what is happening with our economy, and how you can turn insurance participation in your practice into an ally and not an adversary during this difficult time. I want to share with you a quick tip on how to plan ahead to make sure that you recession proof your dental practice. Make sure you watch until the end, and if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me your comments, and also subscribe. Okay, so in the recent years, ever since COVID, a lot of employers have gone to the insurance carriers and have renegotiated their premium for their employees. So their group policies are becoming what we know as renegotiated. So, what do the carriers need to do in this case? What the carriers do, and this is something that I experienced back in 2008 during the time where Delta Dental, the big hated Delta Dental insurance, separated their tiers. So, you remember how Delta Dental has the PPO and the Premier. And so, other insurances are following that same process. And what I want you in your office to do today is learn how to divide and conquer. What do I mean by that? So, taking it a step back, as I just mentioned, during the pandemic, which caused an economic collapse or crisis, a lot of employers had to go back into the negotiating table with the insurance carriers for them to renegotiate the policy group premiums for their employees. As a result, you are going to start to notice, or you have already noticed, that a lot of these insurances have either separated their tiers or the patient's coordination of benefits or benefits have actually been reduced. So you would have a patient that would come to your office and would be eligible for bite wings every 6 months. Then suddenly the patient comes in and their policy changes from bite wings every 6 months to bite wings covered once a year. Or they were covered for a panoramic x-ray once every 36 months. Now they are changing the benefits and extending it for a longer period. This is the result of the renegotiations that have been taking place since the pandemic, and these employers that are experiencing this economic crisis going back to the negotiating table. So, what is it that I want you in your dental practice to do effective immediately? I want you to divide and conquer, as I said earlier, by understanding the different policies that the patients have so that once you begin generating reports in the future and you need to make changes to your contracts or you're renegotiating fees or you're downgrading or you're sort of like um, lowering the insurance dependency, you need to know how the insurance companies are going to have an impact. And so Cigna is the best example that I want to focus on this video because Cigna 3 years ago had one company, right, Cigna, and every network underneath their coverage was part of one negotiated fee schedule for my clients. And probably this was true for your office. And after the pandemic, what a lot of employers did, as I said before, by going to their negotiating table with the carrier, Cigna, as a result, separated their tiers. So now, when you have a patient and the patient is going to be linked to an Advantage policy, you're going to need to make a choice between the Advantage or a DPPO network. There are differences in reimbursement between the two, and if you're not aware of that, I would encourage you to do more research on this topic. The reason why I decided to share this video is because I do a lot of reports for clients to analyze what is currently happening in their offices. So a lot of our clients are startups, first-time practice owners, and what we do for those clients is we create this blueprint. We coach them, we help them leverage the insurance participation. We give them all the tools so that they can basically go in and execute it. And we hold their hands through the process, right? We work with them before they open for their practice. We build a foundation and then we basically hold their hands for the first 6 months, if not longer, of them running their first dental practice. And so we coach these doctors to be able to create this divide and conquer approach from the get go. But I do have doctors that have been open for 1 year or 2 years, and they haven't been trained and they don't have an understanding on how to divide and conquer. And so Cigna, which I just said, recently renegotiated their premiums. They separated their tiers. They separated their tiers similar to Delta Dental breaking into the PPO and the Premier fee schedules. Cigna now has an Advantage fee schedule that offers a lower premium to the employers, and it's more accessible for a lot of these companies. Therefore, a lot of employers have actually renegotiated their rates with Cigna and have been downgraded to an Advantage policy for their members. And what I am seeing in a lot of dental offices is that they're continuing to just write Cigna as the carrier. And what I want you to start doing for future reference is to start creating the Cigna bucket for the Advantage and the Cigna bucket for the DPPO. So on your software, as you're getting these patients, I want you to create two formats or two carriers with the same claims address, obviously, but you're going to do Cigna Advantage and you're going to put all the patients that are Cigna Advantage policies into that bucket, and the patients that have the Cigna DPPO or the employers that are still offering Cigna DPPO, you're going to put them into that DPPO bucket. How is this going to help you? Well, when you generate these reports and you have a list of top employers or patients that are coming into your practice, if you are accepting an Advantage policy and you have a lot of DPPO employers coming into your practice, you're really taking a hit on your reimbursement because you're probably, if you're accepted an Advantage policy, you're going to get paid less because you're following that lower fee schedule of the two that are now available from Cigna. On the other hand, if you accepted a DPPO policy and you have higher fee schedules for your Cigna patients, but instead you have a lot of Advantage patients coming through your door, that means that you're not getting paid to the fee schedule of the DPPO. The insurance, Cigna, it's not paying out of network based on your UCRs or your private fees, but instead on the average of the area in network reimbursement, which is probably pretty low. And so if your team hasn't been trained and is aware of these changes, I hope that you find that this video brings about the awareness within you as the business owner, and I want you to pass down this information to your team members. So just to recap, what I want you to do is be on the lookout for and divide and conquer. Starting immediately, I want you to go into your software and create what I called a Cigna DPPO carrier and a Cigna Advantage carrier. And as you're getting these policies and this breakdown of benefits from your patients based on the employers, start allocating them properly. If an employer offers the Advantage policies, you put them into that bucket. And then the next step is, once you find out how you're contracted with the insurance company, over 6 months, you're going to be able to create a report that is going to give you the ratio between Advantage and DPPO patients. This is just one example for one insurance, but there's so much missed potential and money walking out the back door within your practice by you not knowing how to strategically set up your contracts, set up your software, train your team, and make insurance participation an ally and not an adversary, especially during these difficult times as the economy continues to get worse, as people begin to lose their jobs. You have a business, your business, you want it to be a vehicle for you and for your team to grow and gain your personal dreams, right? In order for you to do that, you need to make smart strategic decisions and make sure that you're always learning and working with the best people around you. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please make sure to like it. Leave me your comments. What do you think about this topic? What questions do you have about insurances in general as you're becoming a first-time practice owner? I want to be able to answer them in the next video. So make sure to leave me those questions in the comments below. Thank you so much, and until next time.